Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurmala Sari Permana. I'm from 5th semester in English Language Education Department. In this video, I would like to present or explain about teaching the language system from Jeremy Harmer's book titled How to Teach English. This chapter explains about how to teaching the language system to students, how to understanding the student about the language, how to correct the student with their mistake in learning, and teach about how practice can make their learning perfect. And then there are some approaches and methods also. For the first method, let's talk about teaching specific aspect of language. Many people have contrasted two approaches, deductive and inductive, for introducing students to a specific aspect of language. In a deductive approach, students are given explanations or grammar rules, for example, and then based on these explanations or rules, they make phrases and sentences using the new language. In an inductive approach, things happen the other way round. In other words, instead of going from the rules to the example, students see examples of language and try to work out the rules. Thus, for example, after students have read a text, we might ask them to find examples of different past tense and say how and why they are used. The next method is talk about explaining meaning. A way of making meaning absolutely clear, of course, is to translate words and phrases. One of the clearest way of explaining the meaning of something is to show it. We can use pictures to explain situation and concept. For action, we can use mime. If we are teaching he is running, we can mime someone running. At other times, we can use gesture also. Third material is talk about explaining language construction. It's often easiest to explain language construction. For example, if we want students to understand the rule about the third person singular of the present simple, we can make a song to make it easier for learners to remember the language construction. The fourth material is talk about practice. In this chapter, there are two ways to practice. First, control practice, and the second, freer practice. Control practice is a stage in a lesson where learners practice new language in a limited way. It's a way for learners to consolidate their understanding and memory of meaning and form. Control practice is different from freer practice, where learners produce language using the target content freely. In free practice, students have some more choice of what they say and what language they use. Freer practice aims to practice the target language in an unrestricted manner and meaningful context. The next is example of language system teaching. The first are teaching grammar. One way of teaching grammar is to use an explain and practice procedure. For example, if we want to teach the present simple for habitual action. We can show elementary student pictures of someone with an interesting occupation. For example, marathon runner. Uh, The the second is the second are teaching pronunciation. The most important thing to remember about pronunciation teaching is that students should have as much opportunity as possible to listen and to spoken in English. When teaching different sounds, we will try to help them hear the difference between confusing phonemes. Okay. The third are teaching vocabulary. At beginner levels, teachers frequently use explain and practice procedure. For example, we might have individual picture on flashcards showing people who are tired, sad, happy, frightened, exhausted, and and etc. We hold up a picture, point it, and say tired. She's tired while miming a yawn. Then we model tired and get the student to repeat it. And the last are teaching language functions. Teaching language functions involves teaching students the language structure, vocabulary, and strategies needed to achieve communicative goals. The purpose of language function is to teach students how to use language to express themselves, such as to explain, describe, persuade, or ask questions. For example, in pairs, students make their own dialogue while the teacher goes around the room helping them and offering advice. The sixth material is talk about mistakes. In language study, phrases such as those described in this chapter, students will not always use correct English. They will make mistakes too when writing or speaking more freely. We can divide mistake into three categories. First, slip. Slips are mistakes which students can correct themselves once the mistake has been pointed out to them. The second, errors. Errors are mistakes which they can't correct themselves and which never need explanation. And the last is attempts. Attempts are mistakes that students make when they try to say something but do not yet know how to say it. And the last material is talk about correcting students. When students are involved in speaking activities such as a role play or conversation, instant and intrusive correction is often not appropriate since it can interfere with the flow of the activity and inhibit students just at the moment when they should be trying harder to activate their language knowledge. But during study sessions, we will probably use correction more as it helps to clarify the language in the student minds. That's all for my explanation. I apologize if there are any mistake and hopefully beneficial. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.